Simone, and I am doing a tutorial on how to write and save templates, how to schedule send emails, and how to use contacts, specifically labels. So the first one I'm going to start with is templates. And the first thing that you want to do for templates is to go up to this gear here and make sure that they're enabled. So if you go to the gear, you click see all settings, you can go to advanced, and then there's a couple options, but we want templates. We want to enable templates and then click save changes. All right, cool. And what this will do is it'll enable us to create and save templates. And the way that you access your templates is down here. And this is how you can make sure it's on. There's, I guess, let me slow down. So there's 3 dots here. And when you hover, it says more options. Click those 3 dots. Then you can go up to template. And you can see I've got 2 saved here already. So for just an example, the peer support group template, when I click it, it automatically populates the entire email, even the subject line, with this thing that I have pre-saved. And so basically this is extremely helpful when you do not want to write the same email multiple times. So I came up with all of this text, and instead of each time there was a support group that I needed to send a reminder about, I was able to just, use this template as opposed to write the whole email time and time again. So it can be quite useful. It's also great if you have questions that you frequently answer. You can save drafts of emails in there for that instance. It's also helpful for class emails. Say, you always have the same greeting, you have the same Zoom link, and you have similar guidelines, but you need to just tweak a couple things. It can be extremely helpful. So let me show you how to save a new template. So you'll go into Compose, and you'll compose your email. So say this is for a class reminder. I can call it class reminder. And, hi, test, best. I'm just writing things in here. Simone. All right, so let's say this is my template. I'm pleased with it. I know that I don't want to have to write this email again, so I'm going to save it. I'll go to templates, and then I'll go to save draft as template, and I'll click save as new template. They're asking for a new template name. I'm going to stick to class reminder, and by the way, the name of the template is the subject line automatically, so that's super handy. So I'll click save. And now when I compose a new email, I go to more options, templates, you can see class reminder is saved there. And so I never need to write that email again, basically. And the other cool thing is you can personalize this. So after you pull up your template, you realize, oh, for this specific email, I need different information than I usually do. So I can just go in and add a line. And this doesn't actually save into the template, so you're not editing the template for future templates unless you overwrite it, which I'll show you in a sec. But basically, this is just you adding on. If I did say, want this to be a permanent change to all the templates for class reminders going forward, I would just go into templates, save draft as template, and then click class reminder. And when you do that, it says you will overwrite your saved template as class reminder or class reminder. And yeah, so that's an option. For now, I can do that, but I'll just cancel. So that is how you write a template. So the other thing I want to show you is how to schedule send an email. So let's say I wrote this email and I knew that I wanted to send it to myself on Tuesday morning. So in order to do that, I include the email address to the person I want to send it to. I go down to send, but I don't click send. I click this caret next to send, more send options. When I hover, it says more send options. And when I click it, it says schedule send. So then I click schedule send, and then I can pick a time and date, and I can pick Tuesday morning. So let's say 9 a.m. on Tuesday morning. Schedule send. And now you can see down here, I've got this little confirmation message. It'll be sent on Tuesday morning, and you can even find it in here. You can see I have another test email saved in here, and these are sort of like all the emails that you have scheduled sent. If you want to cancel them anytime, you just select them, and you click cancel send, and that'll make it so that the email isn't actually being sent. So I can also cancel send this. All right, so the next thing I'm going to show you is how to create labels. So oftentimes someone new wants to join my support group reminder list, or for anytime that you're emailing more than one person and they belong to like sort of a category, it's helpful to have them saved as under a label. So for this, you'll go up to contacts, which you'll find in Google Apps. So these 9 dots, you'll click the Google Apps and you'll go down to contacts. Once you open contacts, you'll see this screen, and you can see I've got these demo emails created in here, but let's create a new contact, and let's say this person their email is jane@email.com. So I usually ignore all these fields. The only thing that's important to me is the email address. You can, of course, put these things in, but for the sake of confidentiality, it usually isn't a good idea, and just for my purposes, I won't go through those. But the next important thing is the label. So when you click this, you can see I've got a number of labels. So I've got Young Adult Support Group Reminder, General Support Group Reminders, and BIPOC Support Group Reminders. This is a great illustration of exactly the type of labels that I actually use and how useful they can be. So at any given time, I might want to send the email reminder to just this one mailing list, and it might be over 100 people. And this is preventing me from having to individually select each person that wants to be in Young Adults. So going back to my example, let's say Jane, I want to add Jane to the BIPOC reminders, and I also want to add her to the General Support Group reminder list. If I select those two, and you get this checkbox after you select each, and click Apply, she's now part of those 2 labels. But let's say that I actually want to create a new label. To do that, I click Create Label over here, and I can call it New Label, and click Save. And now we've got a new label that Jane's a part of. And it also pops up on the side of the screen. You can see over here. Now I've got new label in addition to BIPOC, General, and Young Adult. So now I'm going to save Jane in my contacts, which is great. And now sort of the practical use of sort of the other end of where the labels go, if I click Compose, and for the example of a support group reminder email, let's use my template feature. So I'll go down to peer support group, and this all looks great. The next thing I want to do is send it to everybody in a label. And one thing that's really, really important to note, actually, when you're emailing more than one person, it can be really helpful to BCC them. This means that people won't be able to see each other's email addresses, and if they click reply, they'll only be replying to you. If you were to click to, and you had populated it with, say, like 8 names, that person, like any of those 8 people, will see each other's email addresses, and they also might accidentally click reply all, and it creates like just a spider web of many different emails that can be confusing for people. So for reminder emails, it's super, super important to use BCC. So this is the peer support group reminder. So what I'll do is I'll start typing in the name of the email list that I want to use. So that was general. So I started typing in GEN, and I got the general reminder email list. And by clicking that, I'm immediately have populated the BCC field. And you can see these emails that I had saved in the contacts over here. Why am I doing that? I'll click Save first. But yeah, so this is the email list I've got in the contacts area, same as when I type it over here. And I can even schedule send it. So just to go over that one more time, because I kind of messed that up in the explanation. If I want to send it to a label, I'll start by typing, and so I did general last time, I'll do young adults this time. I start typing YA because that's what I called it, and you'll get that email. You can also add to that the general list, and that'll add those other 4 members of the general email list. And yeah, in the BCC tab. So elaborating on that, if I wanted to send them a reminder email that I had already saved in a template, I would just go down to, say, it's the peer support group reminder email, and then that populates with that template, and I click this downward caret, schedule send, and I can pick a time that I want to send it. So let's say I want it sent at 10 a.m. on a Wednesday. And I click schedule send. And that is sort of a summary of the things that I wanted to go over. Please let me know if you have any questions on this. It's not a perfect recording, and I know that, so questions are appreciated. But yeah, other than that, hope it helps, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.